Hi guys, it's Kayla here. This is my first process video using the scrappery kit from July. This is a girly kit when you first look at it, but today I'm going to make a more boyish page, well, with a little bit of girlishness. It's not even a word, but anyway. Yeah, so I'm going to make a page of my son, and I chose to use the wood paper that's included in the kit as a background. And I've picked a few of the more neutral papers to go with it, including the heart vellum, which is probably more girly, but it happened to work with the theme of the page about my son. So I'm using the Heidi Swap paper, which is the black and white stripe, and I'm just cutting a few papers to make layers behind my photo. I ended up changing this further along, which you'll see, because I really didn't like the stripes facing upwards, and I ended up making them go the other way. So I've really enjoyed making layers behind my photo, especially when it comes to using different colours and textures, which is why I like incorporating vellum into my layers so much, because it's just a different texture and it mixes things up a little bit. So I do apologise that you can't see the whole layout, as I was house sitting and working in a space that wasn't my own. So my camera setup was a little bit different to usual, and unfortunately I couldn't get the view that I normally do when I'm working in my own space. So there is a little bit of cut off, but I hope you can see enough of the layout that you can see my process that took to make this layout. So at the moment, this is when I realised I wanted the stripes facing the other way, so I just turned it around and cut across. And I'm using some of the Heidi Swap Black Velvet Colour Shine Mist. Just a note on this, the background paper by My Mind's Eye, which is the wood paper, is actual wood texture, and it doesn't, it mustn't be as porous as normal pattern paper, and so the mist didn't sink in as much as it usually would, so it does remain slightly more tacky than what you'd normally be used to. So that's just a note, as I discovered when making this layout. So now I'm just distressing the edges of the papers using a Heidi Swap distress tool, and usually I would then sew around the edges, but I was scrapbooking away from home, so I think I might have actually borrowed my friend's sewing machine and ended up stitching around the edge of the entire layout, I think, from memory, as I'm recording this voiceover a week or so after I've made this layout. Now I haven't stuck anything down, but I'm playing around with the embellishments for this kit to make sure I'm happy with where everything's going to be going. I know some people tend to sketch out their layout or have it planned before, but I tend to just go with it, and I like to see things and then I end up going back and sticking everything down, which can also be really annoying when you've got a lot of elements to then go back and stick, but that's alright. That's when iPhones come in handy and you just take a quick picture of your layout, how it's sitting. So I am happy with the paper placement and where things are going, so this is when I start to work backwards and stick my layers down. And then I'll go ahead and start adding some of my embellishments to the page. This is why I really like working with kits, because I can just sit down at the desk with everything out, and I only add a few things, which is probably like some black ink, some punches and some mist, and I can create a layout without having to spend a long time coordinating and digging through my stash to find bits that are going to match. And kits tend to include, well, I know ours do when we try to do this, like some of the more newer products that you might not necessarily buy, or split packs, so you don't have to invest in a whole packet, that you can just try little bits here and there. It's a really fun way to try new products and things that you might not necessarily have in your stash already. So I'm just adding some of the washi tape that was included in the kit to the top and bottom of the photo, and some of these sheet tags label stickers. These are the coloured version, and if you were lucky enough to get one of the gold embellishment kits, you would have also got a gold packet of label stickers as well. I had it in my head that I would like to have done some typing on these stickers. However, I bought a typewriter and didn't arrive in time, so I ended up layering them and just doing some handwriting, which is just as important, and I have liked to include a lot of handwriting in my son's album as well. This is a 12 by 12 layout, but I am including it in his first year album, which is very Project Life style. And that's okay because I am quite happy to mix up the page protectors, and I do include my 12 by 12 layouts in there as well, which my personal YouTube channel should be linked below, so you can probably see a look through my album and how I have it set up, which might interest some of you if you are doing or are planning to do a baby album. So at the moment I'm just trying to decide on my title for this layout, which is ended up being Heartbreaker. I know I'm very biased, but I think my song's pretty cute, so I ended up titling it that, which was why the heart vellum ended up working so well, I think, with this layout. And I used one of the wood veneer stars to sort of break up the two words in my title. These are a Amy Tangerine alphabet thicker, and they're kind of like a watercolour type texture. And these are my Mind's Eye alphabet tile stickers, which I use to just put a little my above the Heartbreaker. And some of the sequins that came in the kit, which I thought were packaged pretty cute in a little test tube. So I think I ended up just adding some of the red ones because I didn't really want to accentuate the pink in the layout too much more than what I already had, so I just went with the red sequins. And some more sheet tags. So I went with some of the word stickers and some more label stickers, which I ended up doing my journaling on. Now adding some enamel dots. I love enamel dots. I don't think a page is done until you've added some now. And I happened to find this punch sitting on the desk. The place I was house sitting is one of my scrapbooking friends, and she had this punch sitting here, and it was so cool. I must find out who makes that punch and buy one because it was really cool for adding little chevrons to the page. And I just used a scrap piece of paper from the kit. I thought they were pretty cool. So I tend to really like basic shape punches, and it's much easier. I mean, I've got a Silhouette Cameo, but I've got to pull it out and use it with my computer. So if I can have a very versatile punch, I love it. I also just used a Fiskars Star Punch as well on the page. And now it's just a matter of gluing everything down and then adding my journaling. So this is pretty much where I'm finishing off the page, and then at the end you'll see some close-up stills of my finished layout, which you can see I added some stitching after I was finished. So I hope you really enjoyed looking at my process of making a layout using one of the scrappery kits, and I have been having fun using the other ones, which I can't wait to show you what I've created. So thank you so much for watching, and happy scrapping!